Lawmakers are back at work just hours after the State of the Union. The Senate is expected to vote on a government funding package today to avert a partial shutdown beginning at midnight. The deadline for a full government shutdown is in 2 weeks. Senators will weigh a $460 billion measure approved by the House Wednesday. It provides funding for the Departments of Agriculture, Commerce, Justice, and several other agencies and federal programs through September. CBS News congressional correspondent Scott MacFarlane has more from Capitol Hill. So, Scott, let's start first of all with last night's State of the Union. What's been the reaction on Capitol Hill?
There's this sense from Democrats that they not only liked the president's performance, they liked the issues he emphasized. Issues involving preserving Social Security, talking about women's reproductive rights, talking about the importance of making the tax code more fair. Republicans have argued unequivocally as this day began, Elaine, that it was politicized and overly political, that it was an argument versus a unifying address. Let's hear from both party leaders as they spoke late this morning.
Speaker Johnson, what did you make of that speech?
It was overly partisan.
Smoking Joe Biden was on fire during the State of the Union address. He was lit, delivered a compelling vision for the American people, and crushed MAGA extremism.
Congress recognizes this is the start of a general election campaign and a State of the Union address that was utilized at least somewhat toward that end. But Congress has some big business to do before November. They have to not only do something for Ukraine and Israel and Taiwan, some form of funding in some way, shape, or form, but there's also the basic blocking and tackling of government. They still have to finish those spending deals this month, and another crack at that issue come September.
On the agenda. All right, well, let's turn back to the government funding package. Is this a signal that lawmakers across the aisle are becoming perhaps a bit more willing to work with each other to pass legislation?
Or it's a sign, Elaine, they're becoming exhausted by this whole process. I mean, they're doing such a small thing here, trying to keep the lights on, trying to keep the government open for really weeks or months at a time, not the way they're supposed to. And what they're doing tonight, they're going to cut this very close tonight against a midnight deadline Eastern time in the U.S. Senate, is the work of 2023. This was something that was supposed to be done last fall. They are struggling. They are fighting to get it done in mid-March. And then they have another crack at it later this month when they fund the rest of government, Homeland Security, military. Some of this really is a sign of a gridlocked, if not punch-drunk Congress that is just trying to move the ball down the field.
Scott, I also have to ask you about TikTok. Yesterday, a House committee voted unanimously to advance a bipartisan bill that would require it to divest from its Chinese-based owner or risk being banned in the U.S. How is TikTok responding, and does this measure have enough support to become law?
I really want to emphasize this is a big thing happening in Congress right now. This effort to require TikTok to divest itself, separate itself from its China-based owner, or face the prospect of a ban in U.S. app stores, it's moving at light speed in an otherwise sluggish Congress. The bill was introduced Tuesday. It passed through a key committee, the Energy Committee, yesterday, 50-0. Elaine, nothing passes 50-0 in this committee in this day.
Yeah.
TikTok tried to mobilize its users yesterday to call your congressman, call your congresswoman, protest this bill, and it seems to have backfired. One of the co-sponsors of the legislation said all it did was inform the rest of Congress of the power, the perniciousness of TikTok, its ability to use geolocation to mobilize people. They say that's the danger of this app if it's rooted and connected to China. And TikTok is continuing its argument that they say this is a trampling on the First Amendment rights of, well, tens of millions of Americans.
It'll be really fascinating to watch. You're right. We don't often see bipartisan unity like that on Capitol Hill. Scott MacFarlane for us. Scott, thank you.